866-455-9797. Allman in the Morning. Common Sense Radio.
All right, did you folks see the newsreel yesterday? Because I did the lightning round on the newsreel. I'm going to do it again today. I'm doing it right now. And so what you're hearing right now will ultimately be on videotape for all of your perusals. And I also know for a fact that you guys want to call in and talk about this cop beating deal. Punch that woman, punch that girl. Oh, he punched a teenage girl, did he? I'll tell you what, it's better than her grabbing his gun from him, right? When are we going to defend the police officers in this country? Instead of always taking the side of the ne'er-do-wells and the thugs and the punks. And yeah, I just called a teenage girl a punk. But I'm telling you what, the guy was threatened. But again, is it policy to punch somebody in the face? I have no idea what Seattle police policy is. I'm not a Seattle police officer. But I can see it, and she's lucky she didn't get tased. I think you should have tased her instead of punching her. Then honestly, I believe he would have gotten away with it. By the way, congratulations to Schnooks. Awesome. They've decided that they are reversing their no conceal and carry policy. These signs 6 years ago went up that you can't bring the guns in. So now the signs barring the carrying of concealed weapons inside Schnooks came down earlier this month. So way to go, Schnookies. Love you, as always. By the way, also the Obama administration spending $1.2 billion on cycling and walking initiatives. That's one way to get us off our addiction to oil. It used to be our addiction to foreign oil. Now it's just our addiction to oil, period. So now we're going to be walking and bicycling. That's all we need are more obnoxious bicyclists on them roads. Oh, I know. You guys in your spandex pants, you're going to get all mad at me about this. But you're annoying. Most of you are. Those of you who actually do things the right way in terms of the law are great. But those of you who want it both ways are not cool. All right, anyway, I'm digressing. This is the lightning round. Obama claiming the fund is, in fact, independent. This $20 billion fund.
This $20 billion fund will not be controlled by either BP or by the government. It will be put in a escrow account administered by an impartial, independent third party.
That is a complete and total lie. Ken Feinberg, who is the guy who is administering this particular event, this particular panel, it's a panel made up of three bozos. I can't wait to see who those people are, who are going to be adjudicating claims, in the president's words, adjudicating. Normally that's associated with, a legal term, an official legal term, but the president has created his own legal world. It's fascinating. And the prostitutes at BP, who have now become actually President Obama's bitches, is what they've become at BP. They went to the White House, and this Ken Feinberg guy is supposed to be monitoring this whole thing. He's a former employee of Barack Obama in the Treasury Department. It's not independent at all. How independent is that? Anyway, the foreigners came out on the lawn after meeting with President Obama, had this to say.
BP, we have always met our obligations and responsibilities, and we have made clear from the first moment of this tragedy that we will live up to all our legitimate responsibilities.
Okay, yeah, but you know what? Their legitimate responsibilities are capped at $75 million. And yeah, I'm glad they're paying more, but why wasn't this decision made 30 days ago? Why did they have to go to Barack Obama and be forced to do it when they could have actually set their amount anywhere 30 days ago? What were they waiting for? Were they waiting for the best time to help President Obama? Because that's what they're doing. How else could you explain their stupidity? Throwing their stockholders under the bus, throwing their entire company under the bus. I believe they're going to be one of President Obama's largest and most prolific partners in his pursuit of cap and trade and a new energy policy in this country. BP has officially become Barack's bitch, in my opinion. Chris Matthews, did you see his latest installment of The Rise of the New Right? Check this out.
But for others, the fight is bigger than Bill bills in Congress or election candidates. In their own words, they want to take their country back.
Oh, yeah!
The rise of the new right. Who are its people? What do they want? And how do they intend to get it?
Most of the people watching Chris Matthews already know who these people are and what they want. Keep going on this because it's the end there. Well, his intro to the thing, he's talking about how those of you who are protesting Obama's policies are anti-healthcare. Are you really anti-healthcare? Are you more anti-healthcare Barack Obama reform? Right? Isn't that what you're against? You're not against healthcare. Some of your best friends access healthcare. Hey, the Dodge Challenger. Have you seen the Dodge Challenger? It's an awesome car. That's a hot-looking car, especially the orange ones. They're the coolest. Have you seen the orange ones? They're cool. But GM needs to stay away from references to the Founding Fathers and Revolution and Freedom, I think. Don't you think? This is like this.
Here's a couple of things America got right. Cars and freedom.
So GM, a bailout company, has a bunch of powdered wig revolutionaries in its ad. Although it's kind of a funny ad because the revolutionaries are all on the hill, and then suddenly a bunch of challengers come popping over the hill, and it's really too bad that GM actually is generally part of the bailout corruption and the corruption of our American principles, because otherwise that would have been an awesome ad. It had actually reflected the truth about GM. It's too bad. But it was a cool ad, but you ought to take a look at it. Yeah, the Swiss upset the Spaniards in World Cup soccer. Yeah. Hey, I got news for you. Nobody cares.
Soccer is a gay sport. Youth League Soccer, the MLS.
My new iPhone app for all you gay soccer people out there. It's the Vuvuva. It's not a vulva because you haven't seen one.